Chapter 39 The First Flight. Bright Bill has spent his entire life by the pond, and he was becoming very curious about what lay beyond his neighborhood. So one day his mother said to him, "Let us go for a walk, and I will show you more water than you can possibly imagine." Roz placed the gosling on its flat shoulder, and the two of them set off across the island. They marched out of the forest, crossed the great meadows, and climbed uphill until they were at the top of the island's western ridge. Before them was a grassy slope that descended all the way to the dark, choppy waves that surrounded the island. "Oh, golly gee, that's a lot of water," said the wide-eyed gosling. "I'm a good swimmer, but I'm not good enough to swim across that pond." "That is not a pond," said the robot. "That is an ocean." "I doubt any bird could swim across an ocean." Waves rolled in from the horizon. Seagulls circled above the shore. A steady breeze blew up the slope. Bright Bill's yellow fluff has recently changed over a coat of silky brown feathers as he spread his feathery wings into the breeze, and then, "Mama, look!" For the briefest moment, the wind lifted up Bright Bill off the ground, but he quickly tipped his backwards and thumped into the soft ground. "I was flying!" he squeaked. "That was not flying," said Roz, looking back at its upside-down sun. "Well, I was almost flying, but I'm going to try again. I've observed many birds in flight," said Roz. "Sometimes they flap their wings quickly, and sometimes they fly without flapping at all. They spread their wings and soar onto the wind." "So I was soaring?" said Bright Bill. Almost. There, look at the soaring seagull. It seems like she is not doing anything, but if you look closer, you will notice that she is making small adjustments with her wings and tails. I think you should try adjusting your wings like her." Bright Bill hopped onto the rock and opened his wings wide. "Ugh, the wind's pushing me backwards." "Change the angle of your wings," said his mother. "Let us see what happens when we slice through the air." Bright Bill slowly angled his wings downward. The more he turned them, the less wind pushed him backwards. And just as his wings left off, "Mama, look!" he squeaked. As his feet left the ground, I'm soaring! He hovered there for a second, rising a little higher than before, and then he sailed backwards into the soft grass again. The gosling kept hopping onto the rock and kept riding the wave, and the wind kept tumbling into the grass until he started to find his wings. With each attempt, he floated a little higher and a little longer. Then, and finally, Bright Bill really did soar. He lifted high into the air and hung there, floating. He turned his wings down and felt him drop. He wiggled his tail feathers and felt himself veering back and forth. "I'm a natural!" he squeaked. "You are doing very well," said Roz, "but you need to keep practicing." And so they spent the afternoon practicing up on the ridge. Once Bright Bill was comfortable soaring, he flapped in a straight line. He flapped through and around in circles. A big smile appeared on the gosling face. Clearly, Bright Bill was designed to fly. "I'm flying, Mama! I'm really flying!" "You are flying," said the robot. "Very good." Bright Bill was now a real flyer, but all that flying had worn himself out. He lowered himself towards the ground and tumbled into the grass one time. His landing still needs some work. Roz placed Bright Bill on its shoulder and headed back to the nest. I can't believe I can fly now, Mama, said Bright Bill in his sleepy voice. I just wish you could fly with me. And then the gosling's words were replaced by his quiet, steady breathing.